welcome to the It Doesn't Hold Up podcast. We review and reevaluate all things we remember fondly from our childhood and years prior to see if they still hold up. And more often than not, they probably don't. I'm Stuart Shepherd, along with my co-host and good friend Michael Smith. Smith, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you, Stuart. And how are you?
I'm just grand. I sacked off work today and I hid up in my attic and I just read a book all day.
What do your wife and child think of that?
Oh no, shit! I wonder who kept calling out to me. Oh dear. Right. Well, that's a little tease about what we're going to be covering today. But yeah, just before we get into this episode's nomination, just want to talk about last episode's feedback, which was Wild Wild West, nominated by that was me, wasn't it? Yeah. No, it was you.
Yeah, was it me?
No. Who the hell did it? Was it
It was
me?
you.
It was me.
Was it
It was
me?
me. It was me. I'm forgetting what day of the week it is because I've been in that attic reading that book. Right. So last episode's feedback. Oh dear. That is all.
Yep.
Then this one was one of our new viewers. Why is that guy wearing a gangster film fedora hat instead of a cowboy hat? I was like, sir, that was a cowboy hat. Just the angle of the camera was not very good. You try wearing a cowboy hat when you're wearing a headset. It's very, very difficult, but it was a cowboy
Some
hat.
people might question why you did it at all.
Well, try to get into the mood. Then, contradictory, Stu always comes prepared dressing up for the theme of the review. Yes, I do, but not today. I really couldn't find anything for this episode.
And I never come prepared,
No,
let
no, you
alone
don't for
let
anything.
alone prepared to dress up. No, no,
Yeah.
no, no, no.
Half your Smith trivia is all bullshit. You're making it up on the spot, but yeah.
Mate, that was a go along. Never ending story. Yeah, it's true. Funny fact about that.
Yeah, yeah. And then last one was it didn't hold up in the first place. It was an absolute nugget of a movie, and everyone involved has said so. The four main stars don't even refer to it on their CVs anymore. Oh dear, not a lot
Do
of
you think
love for Wild Bob West.
well, that's something, right? Do you think Will Smith has a CV? Do you think if Will Smith goes to be in like a movie, goes to a casting agency, they go,
Yeah,
sorry, who are you? Oh, I'm Will Smith. And what have you been in? Will Smith? Have you got to get like a little piece of paper with all the films he's been on written on it? I don't think so.
and it's so stupid. It's like you've taken it off your CV. It's like, well, IMDb hasn't taken it off, so what is the fucking
Yes, the
point?
collective memory of anyone who was born in the 90s hasn't taken it. Was alive in the 90s still remembers Wild Wild West.
I think it hasn't. IMDb's been about since like 1995 or whatever, which means anyone who withholds something from their CV would have to withhold something before IMDb came about. I don't know. It just sounds it's just a stupid thing to say.
I think it's just a turn of phrase and one that is in modern day completely redundant.
Yeah, there you go. Right, before we move on to this episode's nomination, anything else you'd like to say on Wild Wild West, or should we just put that to bed?
Nothing else I'd like to say, but somebody I spoke to about it said, "Wait, wasn't that always shit?" I was like, yes.
Uh, I mean, yeah, fun shit. I kind of enjoyed it. There you go. Right, so this episode's nomination came from Smith himself, and it's the NeverEnding Story
Wait a
from.
minute, that's me.
Yes, that is you. Yes, yes, unless I chose it and I've forgotten again. No, no, it was definitely you. Yeah, so it's a
Mm.
never-ending story that came out from 1984. We've not done 1984 yet, so yay. Brief synopsis: it's about the tale of a young boy, Bastian, who's bullied and has no friends and is very sad. And then he finds a magical book which he takes to his school, hides up in the attic, and reads it, and goes on the magical adventure, reading along about the tale of Fantasia. That's about
Yeah, yeah, that's about
it.
it. That's about it.
Well, anyway, before we start going into it in detail, let's talk about 1984. Now, this year is particularly special to me because it was the year I was born. Yay! And we've not covered 1984 before. So
And
there you
I
go.
wasn't alive because despite
No,
what it looks like, I'm younger.
I know. Can you believe that?
No one can
Yes.
believe that. I drink. Um, also, stop saying the name of the film wrong. It's actually The Never-Ending Story.
Oh,
Yeah,
I do
yeah,
apologize. It is a
that's the
never-ending
actual.
story.
That's the yeah, that's the
Yes.
official title of the film is The Never-Ending Story. Not The Never-Ending Story Part Two, which is just called Part Two, weirdly. Anyway,
Yeah, there you go.
1984, a year in review. So I've gone through and just picked out a few key things that happened in the year of 1984.
Mhm.
On the 27th of January, Michael Jackson was burned in a Pepsi advertisement. We've all seen the footage. You
I
seen the
haven't.
footage? You haven't
No,
seen the footage? Ah,
no.
it's on YouTube. So
Is
he's
it?
filming an advert for Pepsi, and he gets too close to some fireworks. The fireworks go off and set him on fire, and he puts down a lot of that down to sort of some of the plastic surgery he subsequently had was due to the burns that he received from that. But I think that's probably bullshit.
That old chest up. Really? I didn't
Yeah.
know that was an advert. I heard he got burned just doing a concert and some
No,
firework
it's a
thing
Pepsi
went
ad.
wrong. I did not know that. I'll be watching that footage.
Yeah, yeah, yes, do. It's available on the internet.
Hmm.
On the 29th of February, Pierre Trudeau resigned as Canadian Prime Minister. The only reason I add that is because in 2025, 41 years later, his son Justin go on to do exactly the same thing
Well, the
and
exact same day.
resign. No, not exactly the same day and 1 year
Oh,
out. But, I know it
yeah.
just didn't. I was hoping it'd match up a bit better than it did, but frankly. On the 23rd of April, scientists found the AIDS virus. It was hiding behind the back of a kitchen cupboard.
Okay.
Um, on the 8th of May, the Russians pulled out of the Olympic Games in Los Angeles, America. Now, you may have heard of this from The Simpsons. So, McDonald's were running a large campaign. They parodied the Krusty Burgers on the system. They're running a large
Yeah.
campaign where you could win meals if Americans won gold medals or medals of a kind that you got in a little scratch card, knowing full well that quite a lot of the Russians and the Soviet bloc countries would be better at these than the Americans. When they all pulled out, lots of Americans won a lot of gold medals, and McDonald's ended up spending a lot more money in free food than they'd anticipated.
Oh,
It's
that's
very
embarrassing.
funny. Um, One for the UK listeners here on the 20th of June, O levels were replaced by GCSEs,
Oh, levels.
and the older generation wouldn't stop banging on about it. Oh, they
Uh,
were called O levels in my day. What's all this GCSEs?
yeah, but I'm like that now because they don't grade things A, B, C, D. They do it like one, two, three, four. It's like, no, I don't like that at all.
Yeah, why not?
Well, why not do it 1 to 10?
What, no, why not let's do ABC? What's the
Yeah,
difference?
exactly. I don't
Flush out any dyslexics in the room. I've done really well. You haven't.
know.
Uh, on the UK, on the 26th of September, the UK and China agreed the Hong Kong handover, which then later signed on the 19th of December. And of course, that all came to fruition during the events of the film Rush Hour in 1997.
Hmm,
Hmm. It all happened in the film Rush Hour. It hadn't happened before that and was actually done for the film Rush Hour. So
okay.
production from Rush Hour started as early as 1984. On the 31st of October, Indian PM Indira Gandhi was shot dead. Just to, end the year on a cheery note.
Yeah.
And those are kind of the bigger things that were happening in 1984. What I've also looked at is what are the top songs according to the Billboard 100 in America in 1984. In
Hmm.
no particular order, but the top one is the top one. It's When Doves Cry by Prince. You've also got What's Love Got to Do with It, Footloose, Karma Chameleon, Hello, Jump by Van Halen, and Ghostbusters from the major motion picture Ghostbusters.
Hang on a minute. How is Band Aid Do They Know It's Christmas not in there?
Well, it's America.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
It's the Billboard Hot 100. They're hot. They're American. Also, Billboard. There's another word in that sentence. Um, the, the top films at the US box office in 1984: Ghostbusters, Temple of Doom, Gremlins, Karate Kid, Police Academy, Footloose, Beverly Hills Cop, and Star Trek 3: The Search for Spock. You also in the top 10, you've got Terms of Endearment and Romancing the Stone.
I'm surprised Terminator's not in there, but I don't think it made a shitload of money. It's just a good film.
Those are the top 10 domestic US box office films of 1984. Number 45 was The NeverEnding Story.
Uh,
Ah,
what a year for films,
that's a
1984 was.
cracking year. I was looking at that like, cool, what a year, 1984.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, some of them are a bit shit. I mean, Star Trek 3 isn't the best Star Trek film, but
No,
it ain't bad.
it ain't bad. And it's also the year I was born, so yay,
Well,
1984.
yes, of course. Yeah.
So that was 1984. Now, this is interesting because this
Mm.
came out in the States in July 20th, 1984, but we didn't get it in the UK until April 4th, 1985. So, yeah.
No, did
And
we
it's
not?
no, and
Till
it's
I
all,
was born.
yeah,
Mm.
that's right. So it's panned 2 years. And also, as well, this film, the one we're reviewing for this episode, we're reviewing the international cut, which is actually
Mm.
9 minutes shorter than the German cut. So
Mm.
even though this film is an English language movie, it's a German movie. It was filmed in Munich. Sorry, I'm talking about Smith Trivia. But yeah, I'm just finding this interesting that presumably that it was released in Germany before it was in America.
Well, it is German
Yeah.
primarily. So
Yeah.
is what is interesting is that so the film is 94 minutes long, right? I know it varies depending on what you read about the length of the extended
Hmm.
cut. So I was reading on IMDb, it said, oh, the German cut is 7 minutes longer, 102 minutes, 7 minutes longer than 94. It's like, that is 8 minutes.
Yeah.
102 minutes to 100 and 94 minutes to 94 minutes is 8 minutes, not seven. Fuck's sake. So you're saying it's nine? Oh.
Well, I mean, I could be wrong, but
Or maybe
it's
it just
longer.
feels like it is.
Yeah, no, it's long. No, there is a really good website if you ever want to compare versions of movies called movie-censorship.com. And it isn't just for films that have been cut or whatever. It just shows you like extended versions. And yeah, I had a look at both versions and there are notable scenes throughout. Some of them are just like
Oh,
extended stuff or whatever, but there's some stuff that has been cut out, which is in the German one. But there you go.
cut filmed and cut out rather than stuff. Because I was reading about stuff that's because it's based on a book. There's stuff in the book that was never really filmed. They just couldn't
Mm,
really work out how to do it within the budget.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Cool. All right. So, how old were we when we first saw Red a bit out this? Well, it wouldn't have been 1984 because you weren't alive and I would have been way too young. It's like when did 40 Tales. We weren't around in the 70s. True to believe.
No, even though I look like I might have been.
Yeah. Right. So, when was the first time you came across this and how?
This is a tricky one because I can't really remember.
Yeah. Same.
This is very blurry in my memory. This one, I've definitely seen at least bits of it,
Hmm.
but I could not, for the life of me, pinpoint this because it wasn't something that was on regular rotation in my house. I didn't have
Yeah.
it on VHS. It didn't appear to be on TV very often, and if it was, I missed it. I've seen clips. I might not even have seen the whole thing. There are certainly things in here which I didn't ring a bell with me at all that would have done if I'd seen them when I was a kid.
Mm,
And I'll talk about them when I get to them.
okay.
Um, but yeah, so I don't know. It's always been in sort of the sphere of popular culture that I operate in, right? So
Yep.
it's always been something I've been aware of. The
Yep.
iconography is something I'm aware of. Um, I know the horse drowning in the swamp. I know the giant dog dragon thing. I
Mm,
know, yeah, I
the
know
Rock
all of this.
Man and what?
Yeah, I've seen all of this,
Yeah.
but in what context, I don't think I could tell you.
Yeah, I'm in a similar camp to you. Now, I will put this in the same category as Willow and movies like that. So,
Mm,
yeah, I think the first time I saw it, I think my mum rented it from that off license around the corner from our house before Blockbuster Video came into existence. So that would have been really late 80s.
yeah. Well, you had to
And
go around like a corner shop and get them from like the back
exactly.
of the corner shop next to the chocolate bars.
Yeah, and you're only allowed to have it for like a day or something like that. So yeah, that's how I saw it. So I saw it at least once on that. But you're absolutely
Oh,
right. It wasn't the same as me. It wasn't on rotation in our house.
no.
Wasn't on TV much. But there are scenes that are burnt into my head, like the horse bit, which we'll get to.
Mm.
And then
But
other
are
just
they burnt into your head because you've seen them since? Because they
no,
are replayed a lot on clip shows and in like reference points on other things. Because
no.
that's, I think, where I've seen a lot of this is like on compilation clip shows and something. I don't know that I would ever have sat down, because especially the bit with Bastion, fucking Bastion, a lot of that, not there.
No, it was for me because the stuff for me, I always remember Bastian in the attic reading the book. I remember the bit with the horse, and I remember how it ends. And then other bits and pieces like, Falclaw flying around and that sort of stuff. But yeah, I couldn't tell you A to Z watch it. However, the last time I watched it was during COVID. Me and my wife watched it. I was hammered,
Mm.
and I
That
thought it,
sounds like the COVID experience. I was
yeah.
hammered.
And then the next day, I was like, I don't remember a fucking thing of that film we just watched last night. However, when I went back a week or so ago and watched this film, it all came back to me like something got unlocked in my head. Like, oh yeah, you know all of this. You know all of this. I
No.
was like, oh
Were
right,
you
got it.
were you sober?
Yes.
Yes.
So there you go. So all right. So, but do you reckon you saw it on a rental or just randomly on TV or something? Do you think?
It would have been on TV if I've seen it at all.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
I've seen any more than clips of it, then it would have been on the TV.
Yeah, I've got a feeling it was a rental for me first time, and then maybe once or twice on TV. But I think, yeah, just stuff's burning in my head. But yeah, same sort of thing like Willow.
Well, because I had Willow for me was on rotation. Willow was something
Really?
I watched a lot. Yeah,
That's interesting.
it used to be on the TV a lot. Willow used to be on
Hmm.
fairly regularly, as I
Okay.
recall, or at least I saw it one time and it burned itself into my memory so much that I thought I'd seen it more than I had.
Okay. Right then. Well, should we delve into it? Should we get to the
Oh
plot?
yes, well plot.
Cool. And yeah, again, as mentioned, for the purpose of this, we're talking about the International Cup. We're not talking about the extended German one. Not even the. Well,
So
yeah, I
if
suppose it
you
is extended.
so if you're a German listener, if we've got any German listeners, get bent.
Yeah. Sorry. And also send your
Sorry,
hate mail
Fritz.
to one. Yeah. Send your hate mail to one Michael Smith. Cool. So Warner Brothers, we've had a few Warner Brothers recently, and then we get the absolutely epic soundtrack. I don't care if you don't like this film. This soundtrack is awesome. Turn around, tell me what you see. It's like this is wicked. This is wicked already. It's giving me warm fuzzy feelings watching this. Like, yeah, this is cool.
We here at the It Doesn't Hold Up podcast apologize for Stuart Shepherd singing.
Sorry.
Uh,
Yes. Yes. It's not the first time I've done it. I'm sorry.
yeah. I also noticed it was Warner Brothers and the Producers Sales Organization. It's
Oh, I
like,
didn't
the
spot that.
fucking name of a company is that? It's like, we're money men. We're the
Yeah.
Producers Sales Organization. Also, I have a problem with this. NeverEnding Story. 94 minutes. Absolute bullshit.
Was it Lionel Hutz says in The
Yeah.
Simpsons? Like, I've never seen a case of litigation or like whatever libel since fucking The NeverEnding Story. Very funny. We get some really good shots of Fantasia. It's all gloomy and all that sort of thing, which is cool. And then, yeah, we get to Bastion. Now, when I first heard this, like, Bastion, what a stupid name. It's like, it's because that's what he's called in the book, which
In
is
the book,
German.
which is
Yeah,
German. He's
which
not
makes
named after mid-80s WWE wrestler Bastian Booger.
no, he's not. Nor is it short for Sebastian. It's just Bastion. There you go.
Bastion. Um, I mean, the opening credits weren't messing around. It was just like plain text.
Mhm.
Just get on with it. It all felt very German already. Like it felt very European just watching it. I think it was the soundtrack. It felt very kind of like, oh, okay.
Well, apparently, I don't want to keep going into the German cut because I don't know if you're going to discuss that in Smith Trivia. The German cut doesn't have this epic theme song over the start. It just
No,
has
no,
some like
that I know.
ominous
Yeah, yeah.
music or whatever, which
It's
is
just
kind of
got
cool.
the regular score. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I've written down here Wolfgang because it's directed by Wolfgang Petersen. Who we know from many films, including Das Boot. Is Wolfgang is such an awesome name. Bastion, on the other hand, is not.
Agreed. Yeah, Wolfgang is a cool name. So yeah, Bastian wakes up and he loves books, and then he's having breakfast with his dad, and his dad basically tells him, "Get over dying and stop all this vivid imagination shit and do his homework." I was like, "Your dad's a heartless bastard."
It's yeah. I've written a few things down here. The dad is very upsetting. Very upsetting. Number one, what the hell is he making for
Oh,
breakfast?
that was
Because
some gym thing from the 80s, orange juice and eggs. It's disgusting.
I was watching it. I was like, the man is cracking eggs into orange juice in a blender. That
Yep.
is very upsetting. What the fuck is he doing? I'm very upset. I was
It's
very upset.
it's a poor man's protein drink. Like if you can't afford the powders and all that, you just crack a few eggs into orange juice, but it is disgusting. I'm telling you that now.
Yeah. Oh,
Horrible.
but bet it fucking is. It's raw eggs and orange juice. It's gonna taste like shat.
Ugh. But yeah.
Ugh. Yeah.
And also,
Anyway,
don't you notice Bastian's doing all this weird stuff with his hands as well? If you're watching on YouTube, I'm bending all my fingers in weird directions. As he's talking to him, I was like, why are you doing that? Like at first I was like, is there something wrong with his hand? Oh no, he's just being weird.
it's his
There you go.
actor's method. It's how he remembers his lines. If I twist my fingers like this, the line is this. If I
Yeah.
twist them like this, it's this.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, I've got it there. Your mum is dead. Get over it. No imagination. Don't be afraid of horses.
Yeah.
Try swimming.
I love you. Have a good day.
Stop daydreaming and start facing your problems. He's about 8. What are we talking about? Stop
Yeah.
daydreaming and start facing your problems. You don't say that to a child.
Yeah. It's like, Dad, you've
He's
got
not
over
20,
mum.
he's not like 25.
Yeah. And Dad seems to have got over mum dying super quick. It's like, you got a bit on the side or something like
He probably murdered her.
Yeah,
Probably a life
probably.
insurance play. He it's fine. It's so weird, right? 'Cause later on in the film, not spoilers, obviously, the whole crux of it hangs on him using his mother's name. And when you find out what his mother's name is, this man does not look like he'd be married to someone with that name.
I don't think that is her name, though. We'll get to it later. I think because he says a line and you think, and then later on when he says that name, it's like, I don't think that's hers. I think that's just some random shit. Because, yeah, you're right. If
Well,
that is her name, she's a right hippie.
she's
So,
a
yeah,
right hippie, and he doesn't look like a man that'd be married to a right hippie.
no, no, he looks like an arsehole. Anyway, so we get Bastian walking to some school and some arsehole kids start chasing him down an alley and they dump him in a wheelie bin as he has no money. And then,
I said the garbage can is apparently full of hay.
yeah,
It comes out covered in hay. It's like, what's
at least it's clean. It could have come out all like, fucking with a Johnny on him, but whatever, like floating with a bit of
that would have
syringe
been
in
a
his
very
arm.
different film.
Yeah, very, very difficult. And then the arsehole kids find him again. It was like, why were they just waiting around the corner? Were they just waiting for him to come out the bin again or whatever? But yeah, Bastian's climb out of the bin and they chase him. And then he conveniently gets into a bookstore where the owner doesn't like kids, apparently.
He's he's like, get out of here, oh you kids with your computer games, and you don't like it, but don't hang around with this patronising old nonce. Like he's sitting there, like weirdly reading a child's book to himself with a pipe, screaming about video games.
And also, none of this gets resolved. You don't see
No,
a shot at the end, but yeah, I don't want to keep jumping ahead, but like, there's so much stuff that happens in this movie, which is they're nice scenes, but there's not any payoff to them. Do you know what I mean? It's just kind of like it sets up what the next thing is, and the next thing, and the next thing.
yeah,
But yeah, Bastien tells this weird bloke about how much he likes books, and it the bookstore wants to know. No, he wants to know what he's reading, and he starts saying, "No, this book isn't safe. It's the never-ending story, but it's not for kids, and it's dangerous. So get out of here, kid." And then, as the phone rings, the owner goes to answer it, and Bastian steals the book, but that's okay. He leaves a note saying he'll return it. And I've put down that's still a shit thing to do.
Yeah, you are a thief. Um, I've got it here is that when it's Bastion's like, "What's this book about?" Well, this is about something special. When a man and a young boy have a love that dare not speak its name.
Send your hate mail to one Michael Smith.
Also, I like the little detail because the thing on the front cover is
The
the
Orin.
Ouroboros single. Well, it's called the Ouroboros, the Ouroboros single, which is a signal, which is basically a snake eating its own tail. So
Mm.
it means eternity. That's quite a nice little detail. The kid steals the book, and the old nonce is in favour of it. He's watching him like, yeah, take that book.
Yeah,
You take that book, then I'll tell the police, and then you're in my pocket. You know what else is in my pocket?
stop this.
And testicles.
Stop it. Please stop it. You're ruining this film for me. Anyway, so I have so many questions about this. Like, did he know? Not what you just said. Does he?
Don't ask
Does he
those
know?
questions.
Does he know that Bastian's going to take the book? Like, does he? Because he smiles
I
like
think
he's done it.
I think he's counting on it. I think it's never resolved. I thought you were going to find out like,
Yeah,
oh, well, he used to be a little boy who like saved the kingdom, and they need
exactly.
another one to
Yeah.
do it, and he's like,
I mean, he
yeah.
might have done. They just don't
Well,
explore that. Yeah.
I assume that is what it is, but they never bother doing anything else with this character. He's now not in it. I mean, he might do that bit of voiceover at the end, which was weird. I don't know if that was
Yeah.
him. I think it was him, but
Yeah. But that's another story.
that's another story.
Yeah. Bastian's late for school, but he doesn't want to take a maths test, so instead he steals the attic key and runs upstairs to be alone to read the book. Like, that's not the first time you've done that, is it? You know exactly where that key was.
Yeah, the big sign that says attic key. See, this is how kids die.
Yeah.
They get the attic key, they get up into the attic of the school, and they die because everyone forgets they're there.
Don't close it, Don. And then
Mm.
they can't get out.
Also,
Uh,
what school has an attic that big?
why does it need an attic?
Ridiculous. It's
Why
just
does,
a school. What they do? They put up there just boxes of old clothes. All
yeah, the
the
school
kids that
play.
died.
Yeah. Oh God. Right. So he starts reading the book. He's getting engrossed in it. And we get monologue voiceover. And as he's reading it, we see something moving through the woods. And then we see Willy Wonka, a giant snail, a bat, and some elf-looking dude called Nighthawk. The dude who play he's not Willy Wonka, I'm being
He's
silly.
he's the Oompa Loompas from the Tim Burton Charlie the Chocolate Factory.
Ah, okay, that's where I've seen.
His name is Deep Roy.
That's a great name.
That's a great name. Hi, I'm Deep Roy.
Funny.
Not his voice though. He's being very badly overdubbed by somebody else.
Yeah, I spotted that. There is a lot of this when I'm like, that's not them
Mhm.
talking, is it? And apparently, again, I want to keep harping back to the German version. There's voiceovers between this one and the American one. Like even when we meet the wolf later on, the German version, he sounds different to the American. I was like, but why? But I don't know. But yes, that's clearly not his voice.
Yeah.
Then Rockbiter, a giant, arrives on a bike thing and starts speaking to him. I was like, yeah, Rockbiter looks cool. Like the puppetry in this film, you got to give it that. The puppetry's really good.
So look, I've written it here that the puppetry work in this film is absolutely amazing. Right, the whole thing looks really really nice.
Yeah.
Um, the issue here though is that it's just a little bit dull. Like it's
Mm.
got this kind of fairy tale sense of wonder that children like may enjoy, and it's got enough like grotesquerie to keep people interested. You know, it's all a bit grotesque and it's all a bit wondrous, and it's you know
Hmm.
it's quite good. Like something like the storyteller with John Hurt back in the day. I don't even remember that TV show.
Oh, yes, 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 I do
Like
remember
had
that.
that same
Yeah,
kind
okay.
of sort of grim fairy tale esque grotesquerie to it, which is interesting, but it's told so slowly
Hmm.
and at times so flatly, and they just hang on things like the whole discussion about gourmet rocks. It just goes on, and it's like what to what end?
Yeah, that's true, actually. Because the rock biter saying, oh, no wonder you guys are always here because the rocks. Oh, these other guys don't eat rocks, dude. You're the rock
Yeah.
biter.
Also, is it does that make the rock biter a cannibal because
Potentially.
he is made of rocks?
Does he absorb the rock? I don't know.
I don't know what happens.
Yeah. But the rock bite explains there are no more rocks in the north, and the lake is gone, and everything is gone, and there is nothing. And then Willy Wonka and the Night Hobbs say they are experiencing this too, and it's all over Fantasia. Also, how the hell do they get the rights to call this Fantasia? In the book, apparently it's called Fantastica. Like, surely Disney would have been all over this for calling it
I think it's
Fantasia.
spelt differently. I assume it's spelt differently. I assume it's a PH Fantasia.
Okay, okay.
Mhm.
The rock climber said, rock climber, rock biter. He's saying he's going to the ivory tower to see the Empress, but so are the others. So they all head off on a bat and a racing snail because it's not a regular snail; it's a really fast racing snail. The snail looks really cool as well. There's
The
just
snail looks really cool, but again, we follow that racing snail for a good 30 seconds. We don't need to. It just needs to zoom off. We don't need to keep going. Oh God,
yeah, the fact they trimmed this movie down to be more fast paced, but yeah, there's still shit like this in there.
still very slow.
Yeah, I didn't find it slow. I thought it was okay. The nothing seems to be looming in and it's destroying the trees. And then we get a great shot of the sky whilst Nighthawk is on the bat, which I thought was really cool. Like, some of the cinematography in this I really, really like. There's just some really, really nice shots, nice use of colours and whatever. Very, very
Mhm.
cool. Ivory Tower's got this epic 80 synthesizer music playing as well. Like, yeah, I love the soundtrack. Yeah, I
Yeah,
love it. I love it. And the Ivory Tower looks really cool as well. So many have come to see the.
I don't know. It's kind of got very sort of just kind of typical fantasy vibes for me.
I don't know, man. Like, there are some fantasy films that don't hit the same sort of feelings with me. I'm just going, but this one,
Well,
like,
like what?
Willow, to be honest with you, like, I just didn't dig it. To be honest with you, I just kind of whatever. Whereas this was I really wished I'd watched this more as a kid, right? Because I feel like I would
Mm,
have got the massive amount of nostalgia watching this. So it was almost like some of those feelings I would have got as a kid. I was experiencing the first time, and I just thought it was very cool, very
yeah,
nicely shot, nice music, nice puppetry. I liked it. So yeah, many have come to see the Empress in the Ivory Tower. Some seriously weird looking dude
yeah.
dudes.
Some of those are quite good. They got the big people with the big faces. They look really cool.
Yeah,
Like
they
there's
got
quite
two
a lot of
faces.
very
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. It's quite cool.
yeah. But then Digimon Hunsun tells everyone that nothing is it's like, don't age. The nothing is destroying their world. The Empress is sick and dying, and she cannot save them. However, there is a one chance that they can be saved. From the plains people have a great warrior who can fight and save them, and his name is Atreo. I was like,
Yeah.
okay,
There's also a bit where it says there seems to be a link between her illness and the nothing. Well, that's fucking convenient.
so convenient. Yeah, they don't really go into her illness. It's just like what she died of, what's wrong.
Boredom.
Boredom, yeah,
Well, I mean, this whole thing is like about existential dread. Like the concept of the nothing is
yeah,
terrifying. It's like it's not this big villain that you can fight. It's literally just you cease to exist. It's fucking grim.
yeah. I mean, we could explore it more at the end, but I have questions about whoever does this shit happen every time someone reads this book, or is it like a new adventure every?
Not again.
Yeah, and why don't the characters ever remember? Anyway, we can go back to that later.
The logic of this world is unclear.
Yes, it is. But during all this, Bastian pauses his read to look at a picture of a Native American on the wall. Ooh. And then Atreyu arrives, but it's just a young lad, and Digimon Hunson dismisses him. But then he
I
realizes,
love
oh
that you
no,
think his name is Digimon Hunson.
I don't know who the guy's name was.
It's not
I
Digimon
know, but he
Hunson.
looks like him. And also, I didn't know the character
No, I mean
name.
Digimon Hunsu's name is not Digimon Hunson.
Shut up, man. That's what I've written down. Predictive text.
Like a Digimon, his
Yeah,
brother Pokemon.
yeah, got to catch them all. Um, yeah, so Atreyu gets given a quest for a cure for the Empress to save the world, but he must go alone, leave all his weapons behind, and be very dangerous. Why the hell does Atreyu agree to this?
Well, Atreyu, take care. We're not going to help you in any way. There's a bit that made me really laugh here when Atreyu's like, if you don't want me, I'll go. And then the guy goes,
Well, no, we
it's
don't.
the
Come
way
back.
it's the way he says it because he's like, you're just a boy. No, wait.
Yeah.
All right, mate.
Why? Why have they picked Atreyu? Why? I know that's what the script says, but why have they picked him?
He's like, if you fail, the Empress will surely die, and our whole world will be destroyed. Well, that's no pressure or nothing. Then
Yeah.
don't fail, mate.
And he's not allowed to take weapons, which isn't really explained. But why isn't he allowed
Well,
to
I
take
don't know if you're
weapons?
going to fight the nothing with weapons.
Hip
Can't
firing
you
arrows at it.
can't just shoot existential dread.
Yeah, true. But he does give him the Orin, which is on the front of the book, as that will guide and protect him. Spoiler, it doesn't guide nor protect him at any point during this film. And off Atreyu rides on his horse, Artax, and I put, don't get too used to this horse, kids. But also,
Barely in it.
didn't he just say you have to go alone? Oh, but you can take a horse, that's all right.
Yeah, horses don't count as people. Well,
Oh,
that's true.
fair enough.
Horses aren't people.
Well, no, they're not, but alone, as in that would say to me, you just need to keep walking until you
Well, if he
oh,
hadn't gone alone, maybe the horse would still be alive.
fucking Atreyu. Yeah, but during all this on his horse is really good cinematography. Then at night there's thunder and lightning and a creature of darkness, the Gamork, is also on his quest. And we see the green eyes and a snarling wolf briefly. Oh, it's cool. I
He's
like
a
this.
snarling wolf head. He's not any other part of the wolf. You won't see any other part of the wolf.
Yeah, it's just like Merrick
We
Welf in
didn't
London, just the head.
we didn't have the budget for the back half.
Apparently, it was a big ass budget from what I understand, like $27 million or something like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry, I'm going to get Smith trivia again. Um, yeah, and then we learn that Atreyu has been traveling for a week but haven't found a cure yet, and he doesn't realize also that that creature's after him. It's like a week. Why hasn't that wolf caught up with him yet?
Maybe he had like a 2 week head start. Like they say he's been to the Silver Mountains, the Desert of Shattered Hopes,
That's
the
it.
Crystal Towers. You're not going to see any of those places. We
No,
won't see any of them. You'll hear about them. I would like to see the Desert of Shattered Hopes. I just imagine it's like people's like dreams just lying in the sand. Like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
I really wanted that new TV, even though it's got a crack in it.
yeah. I'd imagine in the book there are chapters where he does actually visit these places and
I
probably
issue
encounters
there.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Um, Both Atreyu and Bastian decide it's time to eat, but Bastian decides to ration his horrible looking sandwich. Why? Oh,
You're not in Fantasia. You could just go to the shop.
yeah, yeah, exactly. I don't know. I think he's one of these kids who just because they said it earlier in the book show. Is like, have you ever felt like you were Captain Nemo, or have you ever felt like you were this? You ever thought that you were trapped? It's like, yes, yes, yes. So I imagine it's the same shit. He wants to feel like he's a
Mm.
Atreyu. We get more great shots across the desert, and the Gamork is closing in as Atreyu and Artax have made their way to find Morla, the Ancient One, who is the wisest being in Fantasia in the deadly swamps of sadness. And I've written down, get ready for trauma, kids. Oh
Here
my
it
God,
comes.
here it comes. So the sadness of the swamp consumes Artax, and he sinks and he dies. Now, one of the things I remember, memory of watching this, I thought Atreyu was a girl, right? And no, because
That's
the
an
long
easy
hair,
mistake to make. Yes.
yeah, when you're young. And also, I thought Artax was called Orson, right? And also,
Awesome.
yeah, I know. But
That's a
also,
pig's name.
yeah, from Garfield, Orson and yeah, Garfield and Friends. It was Orson's farm. That's what I remembered anyway. God, we should cover that on this podcast. Anyway, but also, I didn't realize when I was younger it was the swamp of sadness that was consuming it. I just thought they took a wrong turn and he stupidly walked through some quicksand and the horse died. I was like, oh, you fucking idiot. Whereas in this, I was like, oh, this makes more sense. But also,
No.
why was the horse so sad?
Well, I know. Yeah, I've written down. What the fuck does that sort of horse have to be sad about? It's a horse. He's just like, oh, why bother? It's like that horse has been overcome with suicidal depression and allowed itself to drown in a swamp. That is pretty fucking bleak for a kids' film.
That is
That's
bleak.
pretty fucking bleak for an adult film.
Yeah, this was harrowing watching this as a kid. But also, why didn't Atreyu then sink after watching his horse die? Why wasn't he consumed by the sad? Like, oh no, and they went
Well,
down
he
with
wouldn't
him.
let the sadness overcome him, so he didn't have any sort of base sadness. He's quite a happy kid, whereas the horse was manic depressive.
I mean, he's been
It had a
riding
big
around for a
old.
week. He's like, I've had
He's
enough
like,
of this shit.
yay, yay, oh, oh, I'm worthless. And then into the swamps he goes. Yeah. Again, it's weird. I, two things. One, I think maybe there's something wrong with me because I didn't feel anything watching this. I was just like, all right. And
You're
maybe
an
it's because
adult.
I'm a maybe. I've seen so many horses die. I can't get upset about another one. Um, but maybe it's because I'm a bit afraid of horses. I'm like, yeah,
You
probably the
deserved it.
best place for you in a swamp.
But
Um, and the second thing is, again, it just goes on too fucking long.
but
He's
also
just
it
like,
cuts away. You don't actually. I mean, obviously because they used a real horse for this. You don't actually see like it actually getting submerged. That would have been even worse. It kind of gets up to its neck and then
what
it cuts
if
away
they
that he's dead.
actually drowned a horse?
Yeah.
Yes, that would have been worse.
No, but at that point they could have done an edit and then it's a puppet or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
I'd have loved that.
If it was like
No, I
Mr.
think
Ed.
that no, it's real. Why were you letting me die? I wasn't sad. I just had my hoof caught on a branch. If it only pulled a little harder.
But no, we don't see any of that shit.
No, we don't see him talking like Mr. Ed.
Nor do we see him die like Mr. Ed.
Right? Ah, Mr. Ed died. Oh
Uh,
no, I'm in the quicksand again.
then he became Mr. Dead.
Uh,
Oh, actually, that was in Harry Enfield. That was Mr. Dead, the talking corpse, which was quite funny. It's Paul Whitehouse in a coffin. Anyway, Then Bastian's crying as he's reading the book, and now Atreyu is now horseless and now needs to walk. It's like he's just walking through the swamp. It's like, why isn't the swamp consuming him? How can he not be
No,
sad? He's just lost his mate.
I think his Artex secretly hated him. It's like,
Yeah.
can't hang around with this little bollocks anymore. I'm just gonna let myself die.
Or maybe Atreyu wanted him to die. He knew full well what was going to happen when they went through that swamp.
Eat my food, will you?
Yeah.
Fucking horse.
So Atreyu's found Mountain, where Mauler the Ancient One will be, and then the
Mm.
mountain starts shaking and coming alive, and then out pops Mauler like a giant turd. I know she's supposed to be like a tortoise or something. It just looks like a turd.
You live on shit mountain.
More of the shit one. But then suddenly Bastian starts screaming for some reason. We made to believe he got startled by Mauler coming out of the mountain, which is weird. And then Atreyu hears it. But that's impossible. They couldn't have heard him. I was like, why did he start screaming? Surely he would have screamed like a bit later on when Gamork's after him or
Because
something.
he's a wimp.
Proper win. Yeah.
Crying at the horse dying, screaming at a turtle. Grow a set.
Yeah. Or it got startled by the giant turd. I don't know. Whatever.
Well, maybe shit sense. Not again.
Maybe. Morland starts talking to Atreyu. She keeps on saying, like, not that it matters, but yes. Um,
It's not clear how this world works.
why? Why is it not clear?
Well, just what's going on?
Yeah, nobody seems to know anything. It's like, I don't know. Go speak to that person. I don't know.
Yeah,
Go speak to
she's the
that
oldest
person.
and widest person in the world. Is she going to help you? No.
Yeah, but she knows about the nothing. She goes, I've not spoken to anyone in 1,000 years. Like, well, how the fuck do you know what's going on then?
Yeah,
Apart from you look
also,
out, that tree was there yesterday.
she clearly isn't helpful if she hasn't spoken to anyone in 1,000 years because everyone knows where the fuck she is.
Yeah,
You go
yeah.
and ask her. Don't bother.
I wouldn't. Talks in riddles. Again, it's very good puppetry, though. I think it's very, very good.
Oh yeah, I mean it's very kind of like it's very impressive, and the giant turtle is very sort of kind of a common theme that runs through fantasy stuff. I mean, it comes up in Stephen King, comes up in Terry Pratchett,
Does it?
but yeah, but no, not in this capacity really. It's sort of a more mystical, but yeah, that the whole
Okay.
world is on a giant turtle's back and all that kind of thing, flying through space. It's like a well-worn trope.
I did not know that. But there you go.
I'm sure there's got more to it than that, and somebody might listen to this and go, "This guy does not know what he's talking about." Won't be the first time,
You've been
and it won't stop me.
you've been smoking that crack again, haven't you?
No.
No. Um, yeah, then Atreyu explains that the Empress is sick and then nothing is coming, and then Morla doesn't seem to give a shit about anything but keeps sneezing and she's allergic to Atreyu. Which is like, oh, all right, okay. But
And
Morla
it
doesn't,
goes on forever.
it does go on forever. Morla doesn't know how to help, but Atreyu can ask the Southern Oracle, but it's 10,000 miles away. I was like, right, okay, that's useful. And then,
And your horse is dead.
so how are you going to get there? Ooh. Bastian hears the school bell but doesn't go home. Instead, goes back to the attic where it's now all stormy outside. I was like, right, we've already established his dad's a shit dad, right? Is he not going to notice that his son hasn't come home from school and it's now dark outside?
Bastian? Bastian? Well, I can only assume that he's sleeping quietly upstairs. I will not look. I'm gonna eat some more raw eggs.
It's probably exactly what he did. At
I'm
what
gonna go
point?
to bed. I've eaten too many raw eggs and I will now sit on the toilet because I have a parasite.
Oh dear, oh dear. But yeah, Bastian's like, no, Atreyu wouldn't quit now. So he starts reading the book again. I was like, you're going to be in so much trouble when you get. No, you're
Yeah,
probably not. Your dad doesn't care.
but you're not fucking Atreyu, mate. You're a kid reading a book.
And also, what about when he finally has finished the book? It was like, all right, it's time to leave the school now. Oh no, the door's locked. Fuck.
And that's how kids die in attics in schools. It's bloody weekend.
Why didn't I ration that sandwich? Yeah, the Gamork is still after Atreyu because why not? He's back in the
Not
swamp
the
now.
Gamork.
Yeah.
Gamork.
Oh, so at this point, I guess
Gadork, more like.
I,
Have some of that.
I like the Gamork in this. He was cool.
Well, yeah.
The head of it that we see. Um, what was it? Because now Atreyu's back in the swamp of sadness. I'm like, is he just backtracking the way he went, or does the swamp just keep on going over like Shell Mountain or whatever? But yeah,
I think
it's
they probably filmed this bit earlier.
my
Needed to
done.
use the footage.
Yeah, there is. I don't know if it's Patty Smith true. There is shit that's cut out, which leads to why he goes to the swamp anyway. But yeah, it doesn't matter.
Mm.
So Atreyu starts drowning in the swamp, and then luckily Falcor, the flying luck dragon, yay, comes in, and Atreyu is rescued, and Bastian is relieved. And then we learn after days and nights of unconsciousness, Atreyu wakes to find that he's okay and he's with Falcor. And I put down, I used to go to primary school with a girl who looked like Falcor. It was really weird. She looked exactly like Falcor. She was so fucking ugly.
Poor girl.
I know, poor
Well,
girl. I mean,
I think the flying effects on Falcor seemed pretty ropey.
yes.
They're not the best. They've not aged. They've not aged well.
Yeah, I think Falcor's my least favorite puppet out of all of them because even when he's talking, the lips aren't really moving in sync with what's saying, which is a shame. And it's weird because in the book he's actually a dragon. But in
Yeah.
this, like you said, he's like a dragon dog. I don't know, I just thought, oh, it looks a lot more cuddlier if he's like a dog, and that's going to appeal to the audience.
Yeah, Luck Dragon. Do you
Yeah.
know who voices Falcor?
Yes, it's Alan Oppenheimer. Who's He-Man?
And motherfucking Skeletor.
Of course. Yeah, Alan Oppenheimer did pretty much all of those voices in that cartoon. Um, yeah, and then Falcor likes children, apparently. I've written down nonce five.
Yeah, I've written away. Calm down, Falcor. I like children.
I bet you do. Just like that bookstore owner. No, he didn't like children, but he did.
I did it too much.
Yeah,
So he has to say he doesn't, otherwise he's going to end up on that register.
yeah. Falcon, I was all about Atreyu's quest, and once Atreyu scratches his ear, and I've put, this is how it starts, Falcon. This is how it starts.
It's literal grooming.
Yes, yes, it is. Falcon knows how to get to the Southern Oracle, but he's only brought him 9,891 miles of the 10K and written down, you lazy bastard.
Oh
You could
yeah,
have,
that extra couple, the extra 20 would have fucking killed you.
but why did he just, I don't get it. If he knew that's where he was going, why didn't he just fly him all the way there, then have a nap? Lazy bastard. Um, and says, never give up and good luck will find you. I was, oh, that's a good saying. I'm going to live my life by that.
But
So
that's not
shit.
good luck. That's just hard work.
Yeah, yeah, I guess.
And sometimes it doesn't even work.
No,
Sometimes life's just a pisser.
yeah, that's it. Wish in one hand and shit in the other and see what happens first. Right.
Well,
Falcor
I've
shows.
ended up shitting in two hands.
Yeah,
This
certainly
one filled
quicker.
up real quick.
Right. Anyway,
This one's got no shit in it. Why? Because I've got diarrhea and it slipped right through.
we've been talking about shit a lot on this podcast. Let's just move on. Let's
Well,
just
I'm in
move on.
one of those moods, mate.
Yeah, shitty mood. Right. Falcor shows a tray of the cave where inside are two goblins, Engiwok and Urgle, presumably husband and wife, but they clearly hate each other.
Had a bit of a whack the Princess Bride about it, this, but not as good.
Yes, sorry. You know what I said earlier on about the vibes this film got? This gave me
Yeah.
Princess vibes as well, Princess Bride vibes as well. 'Cause it's the same sort of thing. Someone
Mm,
reading a story and it keeps cutting back to real
yeah.
life and the story, you know? So,
There's a comprehensive difference that one of them's good. But which one?
we'll find out.
It's a
Uh,
bit where he's like, Falcon to do, you were unconscious and talked in your sleep. And apparently gave away quite a lot of plot critical information.
yeah.
I know I do that when I'm asleep and I talk in my sleep. It's not just gibberish.
So you've recounted the last 2 weeks of your life.
Yeah, and then I said to him, I said, I'm not going into that bar unless you pay me 5 English pounds. And you know what he said to me? He said, get fucked.
Yes. Anyway, Urgle is making a tray of a patient of batwing broth, and the husband's drawing pictures of a sphinx for some reason. And then Atreyu explains he wants to find the Southern Oracle, and Engiwok can help. So, all right, they make their way to the observatory, which looks very cool. I like that whole like practical effects of like ropes and pulleys and that sort of thing. I think it looks very
Yeah.
very cool.
The adult couple don't know who Falcor is. So, like a
But
dragon dog, a
who's
luck
been
dragon
sitting
has just
outside their cave for the last 2 weeks?
just turned up on their cave in the moon. I think it's at the moon. I don't quite know where they're meant to be. With a small child, and they're just like, "Yep, cool. Yeah, have some food."
And Falcor hasn't been asleep all this time. Why hasn't he just explained what's been going on to them? I don't know.
He's lazy. He is both altogether too powerful and not very powerful at all.
Yeah, at the same time. From the observatory, they see the Sphinx, and these are the first of the two gates. But Atreyu is warned most people never make it through, as the Sphinx's eyes must be shut when you go through, and you need to have total confidence, otherwise it will kill you. And then, yeah, right on command, they watch a warrior approach, and he's blasted and killed. Who was that guy? Why was he
That
going
night,
through it?
that night got fucked up, and another horse died. That's the
Oh
second horse dead in this film.
no, I don't think the horse did die. I don't think the horse did die.
Well, he died, and then the horse turned into a ball of light and flew away.
Oh, okay,
I'm
then the
taking
horse
that
did
to
die.
mean that horse is dead.
All right, that's two horses.
I mean, I
Um,
don't know about you, but if I was going through that Sphinx gate, I wouldn't be lacking confidence.
no, no, I wouldn't. We'll come to that
Giants,
in a second.
fucking hell.
Yeah. Because apparently the Sphinxes can see straight into your heart, apparently. And then Atreya goes in without being told about the second gate. I'm like, second gate's hilarious. And again, I must point out, and you've just alluded to it, that this is a children's film, and you can see the Sphinx's titties.
It's
And
Sphinx tits. I've written down Sphinx tits.
I've written down those are some big ass titties.
Well,
They are
they
huge.
are. They are. It's like the concept of design is like, yeah, yeah. So I like the concept of the Sphinx, but can we make them bigger? Bigger still. Bigger than that. Ah, perfection.
Yeah. Oh my God. Why? Why did the Sphinx need titties? But yeah, Atreyu starts to doubt himself again. Why? And then Bastian urges that he has to be confident, and then Treo runs as the eyes open, and he makes it just before being zapped. I don't think that's how it works. I think the
Yeah,
Sphinx
yeah.
can
The
just
Sphinx
get
still
you.
tried to kill him. It's not about being true of heart. It's being about running really quickly.
Oh shit! So the other night could have got through, but whatever. And then Falcor is stabbed with a syringe of vitamins for some reason, and the goblins say he made it. I was like, why do we need this? All right, whatever. There's no coming back later, like, oh, I shouldn't have had those vitamins, and he crashes or anything.
I shouldn't have had those vitamins. I told you two was enough, mate. I told you I shouldn't have had that third one. I'm going to be up for days.
Falcor never has vitamins at home. Anyway,
Let's just get his Super Ted vitamins. Yum, yum, yum.
yeah. Oh yeah, Super Ted. Right, add that to the list. Right, next for a trio is the Magic Mirror Gate, where he will face his true self. And then there's a snowstorm, and a trio's battling way through, and he sees the mirror. And yeah, it fades into him looking at Bastion, which freaks him out, and he throws the book.
I mean,
And
his true self is a nerdy kid.
yeah,
He's a wicked warrior, and his true self's a nerdy kid that's hiding in an attic because some kids threw him in a dumpster, and he's
yeah,
shit at maths, and his dad's bad,
that's real bad,
and he shit
real,
his
real bad.
pants.
I'm not sure that happened, but yeah, sure.
I've added it. I've added it. That's what happened in my head. The never-ending story is how many times he's got to clean his trousers because he shit him again.
That's why he hides in the attic. Yeah. Oh
Um,
dear.
what would your true self be? Mine would be a stressed, indecisive drunk.
What would my true self be? I don't know, but shitload of money, something like that. Yeah,
Your true self. Shut up.
yeah,
I love myself in the mirror. You see me going, yeah, fucking let me say another thing about
yeah. No, yeah, probably a belligerent drunk. Yeah. So Bastian wonders if they really do know about him in Fantasia. It's like I think they give away what happens a little bit too early. Like they've
that.
sown all these
Yeah.
seeds. I was like, why are you giving it away this early? But all right. Um, and then Atreyu walks through the window gate as Bastian starts lighting candles. I thought, yeah, young man is a fire hazard. Why doesn't this
Yeah,
attic just have
yeah.
electricity?
I know. I was like, where'd he get them from? Where'd he get the matches from? How's he done that?
Fucking pyromaniac.
That's how you burn down a school.
Yeah, yeah. Not only is he trapped in there, he's going to die. He's going to burn it down as well.
The next on the news, he'll be described as a troubled kid.
Yes. Well, I mean, he is.
Well, yeah.
Uh, and then Treo makes his way to the Southern Oracle to a big blue Sphinx-like statues, and I thought this is probably exactly the same prop but blue and
It's the
less
same.
titty.
It's the same. This is like make it blue. Will the tits remain? Oh yeah, yeah. The tits will remain. I mean, we've made them now. We can't use them only once. I mean, look at them. They're majestic.
In fact, make them bigger.
Yes, bigger still. Do you
Anyway,
think do you think the Sphinx would have its nipples pierced? No, no, no. Okay. I think it might. It wouldn't. Okay, I leave it.
anyway, so the Southern Oracle speaks to Atreyu and asks what he could do to save Fantasia. But apparently the Empress needs a new name, but nobody from Fantasia can do it. Only a human child can do it from beyond the boundaries of Fantasia. Wonder who they're
Mm,
talking about.
mm. It depends on what flipping the end and going, Sharon.
I don't. Pete. Um, yeah, they urge him to hurry as they crumble because of the nothing, and Atreyu calls for Falcor. They start flying along the clouds, and he thinks with luck they'll find a human child. I've put Nazi Falcor again. I
But
do
I'd
like
have two.
I, I do like all the flying
Raise a
stuff again.
crowd, naughty Valkov.
Oh, we will get through this episode, I promise. Anyway, all the flying stuff is very cool. I know it's dated, but I kind of like it. They're flying over and looking at whole Fantasia and shit. It's cool. I like it.
Yeah, Germany.
Uh, Germany, yeah, essentially. Bastian thinks it's a shame they don't ask for him for a name. Oh, that was it. He goes, "Why don't they ask me for a name? My mother had a wonderful name." I'm like, hang on. Later on, please say that's not your mother's name. That's really stupid. But yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get
Yeah.
there.
Falcor and Atreus see the nothing and it starts to consume them, causing Atreus to fall from Falcor. I've written down, which looks a bit shit. Like,
Oh,
generally,
just him lying on a sheet in a car park going, ah!
yeah, this looks rubbish because generally the effects aren't too bad. Falcor's a bit ropey and all that, but generally it all looks,
Falcor looks like a puppet.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, this bit doesn't look good at all. And then Bastian starts shutting the windows in the attic because that storm's getting a bit airy outside. Atreus wakes up on a beach by a matte painting, but Falcor is nowhere to be seen. But he's flying around trying to find him, like, Atreus, Atreus, Atreus.
Atreyu! A lot of this film is people just shouting Atreyu at
Yeah.
various moments. Atreyu! Falcor! Atreyu!
It's like, it can't be hard. He fell on the beach. The beach ain't that big. You'll find him.
He's over there. You can fly. You flew 10,000 miles. You can find him.
But you
Not
can't
gonna
find
look a
him
bit
on a
harder.
beach. Yeah.
Dickhead. You found the Orient.
Yes, he does find the Orient. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Oh,
that's
yeah,
a
yeah,
tiny
that's
little
it.
thing in the fucking sea.
That's it. Yeah, because yeah, Atreus lost it when he fell on the beach. The nothing is closing in while cool music plays, and Atreus talks to Rockbiter. I was like, what the fuck's Rockbiter doing here? Wasn't he back up? Because he wasn't even at the Ivory Tower, was he? He was in the wood earlier on, and that was about it.
Yeah.
But for some reason
Now
now
he's
he's at the beach 10,000 miles away. That bike is fast that he rides. Yeah, and then Rockbiter said all the friends from earlier in the woods were taken by the nothing. I was like, oh no, not the
oh,
snail man.
everyone is dead. Even
Yeah.
Deep Roy.
Oh, not Deep Roy. And
Film is
Atreus,
very depressing. He's just
yeah,
like,
it is.
I thought I could hold on to them with my big strong hands. So, oh God, you can't hold
Yeah.
on to anything in this world. It'll all slip away from you in the end.
Oh,
Oh, I'll just let myself be consumed by the nothing.
oh no, Smith, 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 Smith. Oh dear. Um, yeah, and then Rockbiter says he's just going to sit there and wait to be taken by the nothing. And it's so depressing. And then everything is in ruins and falling apart in this old temple. And then Atreus starts seeing paintings of his journey all over the walls. I'm like, who the fuck put that there? Like, that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't come
Just
full circle
quick
either.
one to remind you that Artex is dead.
Yes. Yeah.
Wait, isn't Artex the thing you put on your ceiling?
Yeah.
Artex, the grouting horse.
Um, Atreyu then sees Gamork, who starts giving him a bunch of shit and vows to kill him. Now, I loved all this bit when Gamork is talking to him. I think it's really, really well written. I was like, oh, this is cool. I like this. So, Gamork says Fantasia has no boundaries, and it's the world of human fantasy, and people have lost their hopes and dreams, so that nothing grows stronger. The nothing is the emptiness that is left, and Gamork has been here trying to help it. People who have no hopes are easy to control, and whoever has the control has the power. He is the servant behind the power of the nothing, and he was sent to kill the only one who could stop the nothing. I was like, oh, that's cool. I like that.
But
But he also
what does
doesn't
it
recognize
mean?
that's who he's following. It's like,
Yeah, it seems unlikely that he doesn't know who Atreyu is. I mean, it's what does that even mean? Like, oh, people losing their home street. What the, in what context? What do you mean? Like, everyone in the world has suddenly become depressed and then nothing. No, it's very silly. It's a very silly concept.
fuck you. I like this scene. I really liked this scene. It was very cool.
And again, it just goes on for about 5 minutes.
You have no
And I'm going
souls.
to talk very slowly, padding out the time.
That's how wolves talk. Anyway,
Yeah, I've been a wolf, and let me tell you, it's not.
that's true. You have been a wolf. Yes.
I
Good.
have.
Yes. Not literally. Smith played him on stage. But anyway.
Mm.
Right.
Yes, I've not literally been a wolf. I'm not a furry.
I don't have a
I don't
curse.
dress up like a wolf at the weekend and wank off.
Well, I seriously hope not. I don't think I'll be talking to you anymore if you do. Right.
Anyway,
Anyway, so Gamork then realised that's Atreyu, the boy he's been following. Because I mean, there aren't too many young lads walking around looking for a cure for the nothing, but okay, fine. So then
oh
Gamork,
no, I'm not a Treyu. I'm a Trey B.
oh, sorry, so, I'm sorry
Oh,
to have
sorry.
bothered you.
I was. No, it's fine. It happens all the time.
But yeah, Gamork tries to kill him, but Atreyu stabs him with a pointy rock thing. There's like, well, if only he had his weapons. But then who finds it? Yeah, he finds the Orin. No, Falcor. Falcor finds the Orin in a fish tank, which is clearly a fish tank. He rescues it, and then the nothing is seriously fucking shit up. Everything is disappearing, being blown away. But then Falcor finds Atreyu and rescues him just in time, which makes Bastian feel relieved. Oh, good.
Not that kind of relief. Oh no, not
Oh.
again.
Stop it. But now this bit doesn't make any sense. There's only a few fragments of Fantasia remaining now, and all the land has gone. I was like, how is a trio breathing in space? Like him and Velcro are just flying through space now. How are they breathing? With
Am
luck.
I am I dead, Falcor? Yes.
You see that light we're flying towards? Yeah, then they fly to what's left of the ivory tower using the Orin. Again, using the Orin. How? That the Orin's supposed to protect you, not guide you. Or was it supposed to go? I don't know.
It's
Whatever.
I don't know. It's all
Whatever.
like if it still stands, take us there. Oh, like it's just over there.
Yeah.
Literally, he says that, and it just like a rock moves. Oh, there it is.
And
You'd
it's
have
not
found it anyway.
it's not damaged at all. It's all perfectly fine. It's just floating
Mhm.
about. There you go. So they fly to what's left of it. Also music again. And Atreyu is confronted by the Empress, who is a very young girl. So she asks why he looks so sad, and he explained he failed her. The Empress said he brought him with you, the Earthling child who can save us all, and this was all part of her plan. And the Earthling has suffered with Atreyu as he's there too. And of course, they're talking about Bastion. Who could hardly believe it?
I also noted at this point, Jimon Hunsu has legged it.
Yeah, where the hell did he go?
He'd
It's been
just be in there.
nothing
He'd be like,
consumed
well,
him.
this place is still standing. I think I can be all right. This is the bit where it starts a number of very long scenes of people talking very slowly with pretentious synth music playing over the top of it. Well, I desperately, desperately wanted this film to end.
I don't get why you wanted it to end this bad.
It's bits like this where they're just talking like, oh, the human child, yes, and he could save us all. Oh God, get on with it. It goes on for another 15 minutes, and it's like, you just told me the ending, just do it, and then I can
Yeah,
go to bed.
that's true. But yes, so the Empress does start explaining about the never-ending story.
Ah.
And then starts talking about Bastian, and he's reading his own story right now. So at this point, it's like, yeah, try fuck off now. This ain't about you anymore. So this is, yeah, it's about Bastian. So Bastian has the
Oh,
power to
your
stop.
horse died. Cry me a fucking river.
Yeah, he goes, I went through all this, and my horse died. He goes, yes, I know. Little cow.
I I know everything, and I didn't want to help.
Why didn't one Hinton say, oh, I won't bring that horse for you? Why'd you let him do it? Piece of shit. Right. Bastian has the power to stop all this, as he's that important, and he has to give the Empress a new name. And then Bastian calls out the new name for the window, which is Moonchild. And I'm like, Moonchild? All right, that's a cool name for, like,
I
a
saw it, and I was like,
fantasy
hold on,
person.
let me wind this back. What did I just hear? Because I thought it was going to be like Karen, or like you know,
Tracy!
Linda, whatever his mum's name was. Um, but no, Moonchild. His dad didn't look like he'd be married to a
No,
Moonchild.
I don't think that is his mum's. I think he was just thinking in general, oh, my mother had a nice name, oh, my mum's dead. But then when it came to it, he just called out a cool name. I was like, that can't be your mum's
It's
name.
like I'm not calling out my mum's name. It's weird. But the whole
Yeah,
thing was that it was his mum's name. It's like the whole running theme was that it was his mum's name, but it's bizarre,
bizarre.
absolutely bizarre.
It is bizarre.
It's also the bit where they're talking about. I mean, it's reminded me a bit with the setting of Kroll, and that's not a good thing because Kroll's very boring. Um, but there's also a bit where they're like talking about he's reading the story, and some people are reading his story. Like, wait, are we part of the story? Is
Yeah,
that what you're
yeah.
saying?
I
This
think
is
that's what
making me
it
feel
is.
uncomfortable. Is someone watching me now? Because hey, I'll put some trousers on.
Why am I dressed as a wolf again?
And it's like one little boy could be that important, but not a girl. A girl cannot be
Oh
important.
no, yeah, it's got to be a boy.
Only a
Yeah,
boy.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. And then at this point, Bastian is now with the Empress directly at the Ivory Tower, and she gives him one grain of sand, which is all that remains of Fantasia. And then Fantasia can arise in Bastian in his dreams, and he has to make wishes to come true, and he can have as many as he wants. So of course, Bastian wishes that Fantasia come back, and then he's flying along with Falcor, and everything is good again. And look, there's a trio in Artax. Artax didn't die, yay!
Everybody, this is the kid who has not processed the trauma of his mother dying. This is
Oh,
the kid having a very well-developed nervous breakdown.
yeah.
Well,
Or he's
you've
on
gone off.
drugs.
Well, Bastian, you've gone off your lithium again, haven't you?
And then, yeah, as he's flying along in Fantasia, Falcor says, what other wishes do you have? And for some reason, he has to whisper to it to us. Why'd you have to whisper it to him? You should just tell him.
What would you like to wish for next? No, I can't bring your mother back to life.
Why didn't he just ask that? And then he said he wishes to get those arsehole kids back. So Falcor appears in the city, he's like, raw! It's well funny. And they're flying through the city, and those kids go hide in a wheelie bin. And then we learn that Bastian made many other wishes and many other adventures until he finally returned to the ordinary world. But that's another story. Credits and epic music.
And everything was okay again. The end.
Yeah, so never returns the book. We don't know if that book was even real or it was magic or it was all in Bastian's
Nope.
head. We don't know, like you said, was that bookstore owner, did he go on a similar adventure? You don't know, is it the same?
Did the bookstore owner call the police?
Yes. Did the school call the police? At what point did Bastian decide, right, enough of these wishes, I'm going to go back home? Does time matter? Why he's going on all these adventures? And does every time you read that story, again, does it just reset and a trio and all the other characters go on the same adventure again? Or
Yeah.
once it's happened once, they know about it? But they can't do because in that bookstore, and also that bookstore owner was halfway through the fucking book. So did he get through like the all like drowning? Like, oh, hang on a minute. Oh no, sorry, that
Now,
reset the book.
his Atreyu's dead. His
Yeah,
Atreyu got eaten by the Gamork. He never resolves his issue with his dad. Are we supposed to believe that this stuff at the end is actually happening? Like
yeah,
that
I
he's
think so.
actually flying a dragon down the street in America
Yes.
slash Canada. Um, yeah. And he had many other amazing adventures, which we're not going to show you.
Yes, unless you watch part two, where everyone's been completely recast.
Because they got too old
Yeah, far too
for
old.
Falcor.
Yeah, that'd be jokes even if Falcon don't look
Wink.
the same. Who's a puppet? Why have you recast the puppet? Okay, so yeah, that was the never-ending story. So, I mean, you don't remember much of it, but what did you love or hate about it back then? Back then.
I honestly don't remember enough about it to be able to answer that question. I honestly don't.
Ah, but does that speak volumes? Is it like what you did see of it was kind of like, oh, I'm not that impressed though. I've just
I think so. I think so. I think I would have seen it and kind of gone, this is dull. Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. Oh, look, there's some puppets. Nothing's happening.
now see, I
It's
question
hard to make
why.
reading exciting.
No,
Except,
I just
like Schindler's List or something.
well, yeah, I disagree. I think I would have loved this as a kid if I'd watched it over and over and over again. I'm really surprised why I watched it that once on the video rental and then was like, oh, okay, and then just put it to back of my head because there were so many things I watched again and again and again as we've explored on this podcast. And I can't understand why. Maybe simply think maybe the bit with the horse. I was just like, oh, I don't want to watch a film where this shit happens. Like just maybe it was that. I don't
Yeah.
know. But again, the scenes that were burnt in my mind was yeah that Bastian reading the book in the attic, the bit when Artex dies, and the bit when he's flying on the dragon at the end. I always remember that because I always got confused. Like, how the hell is he now on the dragon in America slash
Do
Canada?
you remember it? I mean, the bit with the dragon is on the front of the case. I remember the video case very clearly from
Mm.
the. I think maybe as a young kid, I thought it looked too girly. Like, because it's quite like bright and like fantasy-ish.
Mm.
I don't know whether as a young boy I was looking at it like, nah, that's not for me. The colour's all too much, white and sparkly shit going on.
Yeah, it looks at the one of the front covers almost makes it look like a Christmas movie because it's all like blue with
Yeah.
white on it, like snow or whatever. But all right. So, but what did you love or hate about it now? Right, let's. Did you like anything about this now apart from the puppetry?
No, the puppetry was really good. The vistas were quite beautiful, but beyond that, I mean, it's got a good message, like believe in yourself, don't give up, all that kind of stuff. That is a good message for kids, and I think it's quite wholesome in that regard. It's fairly simple as a story. It's boring. It just bored me.
I didn't find this boring at all. I really didn't find this boring. I thought it moved along at a good pace, sometimes too quickly for my liking. I was like, well, that could have been more developed. That could be more developed because, yeah, man, I love the soundtrack. I think the puppetry is good. I think the cinematography is good. You said the child actors were annoying. I didn't find them annoying. I've seen worse child actors.
Oh, I've seen. No, don't get me wrong. I've seen worse child actors by far, and the fact that none of these kids really went on to have anything of a career is a bit odd. I mean, they're in a couple of bits here and there, but nothing significant.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean,
my
the girl who
mate.
played the Empress didn't have another screen credit for like 23 years,
Yeah, which is
which is
crazy.
weird because she was fine.
Yeah,
It's just the material they're given to work with is like when you've got to spend. But I mean, that bit at the end with her and Bastian, I was that close to fast forwarding it because it's like, okay, you're just going to say the same stuff you've been saying for the last 5 minutes, and you're just going to keep banging on about it, and I'm bored.
it really didn't bother me. The major issue I had with this, I just think Bastian is so underdeveloped. Like all that stuff with his mum and his dad and why he's bullied and just why he doesn't want to go to school. It's never resolved. It's never really explored. You just like, oh,
No,
he's a sad kid who likes books. That's all you find
it's
out.
yeah, it's all you find out. It's very it's the difficulty you've got when you're trying to marry up that storyline with the fantasy world, and you prioritize the fantasy world.
Yeah.
Whereas you should prioritize, it should be a coming of age drama about a kid that reads books who then occasionally goes into this fantasy world. And I don't know why you wouldn't have cast the same kid as Bastian and Atreyu. You should have probably done that. because it would have made more
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, he sees himself as a Atreyu or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, okay.
Um,
Yeah.
it's got tiny little bits just really. It's a problem it's got as well is that not a lot of it goes anywhere. You introduce all these fantastical characters, then you just shuffle them off. And there's another
Yeah.
one. Oh, he's gone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
he's
only
gone.
Rockbiter who comes back, isn't it? Nobody else
Yeah.
comes back. Yeah.
Well, you see them all right at the end, I think, but that's about it. And it's like,
Yeah. So no one really dies, really. There's no threat, really. Everything's just put
no, but it's
away
a
at the
kids'
end.
film. It's a kids' film,
Yeah,
right? So I
yeah,
didn't
okay.
like. I didn't want a body count, but
Yeah. All right, well, let's pause for now. Smith trivia, what you got for us?
right. Let's go into a little bit of Smith trivia. So, on a budget of 25 to 27 million dollars when adjusted for FX rates at the time from the Deutschmark, it took in $100 million at the box office, highest grossing German film of all time in Germany when it was released. Didn't do as well in some of the other territories, but did well enough to get itself two sequels. So the second sequel adapts the second half of the book. So it's based on a book by a German writer called Michael Ender, um, who was brought on as a script consultant. Started off well enough, but Wolfgang Petersen later rewrote the script without consulting the writer. He requested that the production be halted or the film title changed completely. Yeah, they didn't do that. He sued them and he lost. He called the film a gigantic melodrama of kitsch, commerce, plush, and plastic. Wasn't a fan. Also, really hated the Sphinxes.
Yeah, even the big
But
titties.
why do you hate them? I mean, they are just art. I mean, art is allowed to have the big titties. Um, Music for the film was by Klaus Doldinger of the German jazz group Passport. And as you say, that the theme song by Lamal, the ex-lead singer of Kajagoogoo, was not in the German version. It was all done with the orchestral score of the group Passport. Oh, so many pages. Um, Falcor, the puppet, was 43 feet long. It was
Wow.
covered in 6,000 plastic scales. The head was 3 feet tall, which actually doesn't seem that big. I thought
No.
it was big, and then I was like, there were some rumors going around that Artex the horse died
Oh, as in
in the scene,
the
in the
stunt
real scene,
horse.
but he did not. He was gifted, however, to Noah Hathaway, who played Atreyu after filming was done, but due to transport, quarantine, and neutering, the horse stayed in Germany. You can't just give someone a horse. Here, have a horse.
Oh, thanks.
Um, uh, Noah Hathaway was also pulled into the Swamps of Sadness by a malfunctioning lift when filming the Swamp of Sadness sequence.
Damn.
He was pulled under and was unconscious when he was retrieved. However, lived, obviously. He's now
Good.
a tattoo artist, by the way, owns a tattoo store. And uh, people come in frequently looking to get tattoos of the Orin, the original prop of which is owned by Steven Spielberg and hangs in his office because he helped out a lot in the promotion on the US side of things because it was his kind of film.
And re-edited it.
Um, yes. There's a couple of scenes that were from the book but never shot, including the original introduction of Falcor, in which he is helped to escape from a shape-shifting monster, and a later scene with Falcor and Atreyu fighting some wind demons. These
Hmm.
weren't from the book, but never shot. Now, you mentioned that there are a number of scenes that are deleted. Now, I've not come across these in my research, 'cause not as good as yours. What scenes were they?
The main one is there is a giant who is losing his powers and he's shrinking down to almost become the size of a normal man. And then Atreyu he meets him with Artax and says, "How do I get to Maul of the Ancient One?" And he says, "You need to go through the Swamps of Sadness." So because of
Mm,
this arsehole, that's the reason why they
Now,
go through and drown. And then there's another
I
scene,
see. I did read about that, but I read about a slightly different version of that, in
right?
which it's not that he's losing his powers. It's that it's from the book. It's where he's a man that looks like a giant when you're very far away, but the closer you get to him, the smaller he gets.
Ah, that's
And
cool.
then the further away you get, the bigger he gets, in the kind of reverse of
I
perspective of
like
how it
that.
actually works. Yeah, that's why. So I did read about that one. Yeah.
Okay, so there's that, and there's other bits that are just not are in the German one. That's not in the international one. So like, there's a janitor who comes up to the attic when Bastian's there, but he hides, and it's just kind of like slows the pace
Oh,
down. There's no need for it.
it doesn't need to be any slower.
Yeah,
Um, it's yeah, they'll probably cut out the 4 minute German hardcore sex that's in the middle as
there's
well.
also that. Yeah,
You
with the
never call it
titties.
art. There's the Sphinxes, they get off the podium and then they start making sweet, sweet love. Jawohl.
Yeah. Anything else?
No, that's everything that I had.
Cool. Right.
Well, apart from the fact that number three isn't in any way based on any of the books, and Has Jack Black in it.
Yeah, bizarrely. Right. So the final verdict. Does it hold up?
No, no, it
Now,
bored the arse off me.
now, see, I'm going to say it does because, and I was pleasantly surprised with this because, again, wasn't an Uber fan as a kid, and then when I watched it a few years ago during COVID, I was really drunk and I didn't care for it. But when I watched it the other day, I don't know, I just really, really enjoyed it. It left me with a nice warm fuzzy feeling afterwards. Like, oh, this is exactly what a kid's film needs to be. It's simple, it's nice, it moves along good. It yeah, hits all the right beats. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. But there was very little I didn't like about it. I didn't
Oh,
think it was
good.
boring at all. I didn't think it was boring at all. In fact, I'll probably go out to women and say it's probably one of the better films we've covered. So
Wow.
I'm
Okay.
I was determined to hate it. I thought, oh, I'm gonna hate this. I'm gonna like you. Oh, I'm gonna hate this about it. This about it. I watched it. I was just like, oh, it's just really entertaining. And I watched it with my wife, and it was a childhood favorite of hers. Like she remembered it fondly, and she really enjoyed it again as well. So we both watched that with big smiles on our face. Like, yeah, this was really good. I
Well, all
enjoyed this
right.
very, very much.
I think would be a useful exercise for us to do at some point in the near future is if we take a look at all of the ones that we've reviewed
Hmm.
and and rank them and see which ones are the best and which ones are the worst.
Yeah, I mean, I've been collating the ratings and whether it's the holds up, doesn't hold up, kind of holds up. But yes, that's not a bad exercise. We can do that on a future episode.
Mm,
Cool. Right then. So next episode's nomination, which is me. So I'm going to ask you, Smith, what
yes.
is your favorite car which is actually alive and thinks for
Knight
itself?
Rider.
You'd think I was going to say Knight Rider, didn't you?
Yeah, Knight Rider.
Yeah, even Brum would have been better.
Brum. No, it wouldn't. The
I've met
prick.
I've met Brum, the Brum. He's in the Cotswold Motor Museum. It's awesome.
He was drunk.
He was very drunk. No, we are going to be covering The Love Bug, Herbie from
Oh God.
1969. And this is the first time we've done something, well, pre-80s or 70s. Like we weren't nowhere near born in the 1960s, but Herbie is something I remember very, very fondly as a kid. And I watched it again and again and again. I'm not sure I watched all the sequels as much, but the original one, The Love Bug, I watched many, many, many,
Mm.
many times.
Well, here is an important question we're going to need to ask ourselves about that film before we see it. Will there be any non-white actors in
I mean, possibly.
it?
Cool. Right then. So, just going to plug our socials before we get out of here. You can reach us on email at it doesn't hold up podcast at gmail.com. We're on Instagram at doesn't hold up podcast. We're on Twitter, or X as it's now known, it doesn't hold up pod. We're on YouTube, it doesn't hold up podcast. And we are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all other good places you listen to podcasts. So, give us a good review. And remember, we recommend and welcome all suggestions for things for us to cover. So, Smith, is there anything else you would like to say on the never ending story before we get out of here?
Yes, there is. Moonchild.
Yes, and I must say, you must let what happens happen. Ah.